everyone. Welcome to our Campus Insider series. And this is Sanika Mate, your friend, your mentor, and your guide, welcoming everyone to this particular episode for season 4. We have done 3 seasons. This is the 4th season we are entering to. We have covered almost all the IIMs which are doing IPM, and we are now retouching the IIMs we have actually done last to last year. So this time we have IIM Ranchi with us, the students from IIM Ranchi who are pursuing their IPM. This is the season when you all want to know which IIM is the best, which would be not good. I would not say not good, but which one is not serving the purpose for you. Okay. And we would make sure that we get all the students for you so you get a perspective and you take better decision as parents and as students. So without any further ado, let me introduce you to my panelists today who are in the 3rd year of their IPM from IIM Ranchi. All right. And we have Bhavya with us, we have Bhuvan and Mrunmay. Welcome, all three of you, for this Campus Insider session. You are our insiders for the IIM Ranchi, and today we have a lot of questions for you. But before we start ahead, let's understand what exactly their background is, their profile. Okay, so it kind of helps you to understand if you relate to them or if their profile matches yours. Okay, so let's start with Bhavya first. Let's go with you. I want to understand a little bit about yourself. So please, just give a little sneak peek about yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Bhavya. I am a third year student at IIM Ranchi, as Ms. Sanika said. Right? Just a brief about myself. Background wise, I had PCM plus computer science in school in my 11th and 12th. Right? I scored about 85%, which is not considered much, but I had a really good background with sports. Right? I played skating at national level. So, given that, IIM Ranchi really values extracurriculars at while being, academically inclined. So that is a bit about that. Now, I think so because I was also pretty extracurricularly inclined and I wanted time to myself. And if you've done research about like IPM programs, at the time I was joining, IIM Ranchi's curriculum was considered, I wouldn't say light, but it wasn't considered as rigorous as I'm in Indore then. And I wanted time to explore my interests apart from just academics. So hence you could say this would be the reason I chose IIM Ranchi then. Apart from that, right now, what I'm doing right now, I've done 2 internships. I am working on my own little startup. It's in very nascent stage. It's called Young Comet. Right, I put most of my time there apart from studies. That's all. Thank you.
Interesting. So we have a budding entrepreneur here. Welcome to the session, Bhavya. So next, let's go with Bhuvan. Bhuvan, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi everyone. My name is Bhuvan Jaswal. I am a native of Lucknow, the capital of Uttar Pradesh. Well, if we talk about my background from my school, I had PCM along with computer science, scored 96% in my class 10 boards, about 95.5% in my class 12 boards. And I was initially like studying at Shivnada University, but then I realized I wanted to do something else. I wanted to be amongst better people from across the country, and that is why I gave IPMAT. I was a partial dropper myself, and yeah, at IIM Ranchi, I'm a part of the academic committee. I am the class representative as well, and along with Bhavya, I'm the co-founder at Young Comet.
Oh, lovely. So we have amazing panelists here. This is nice to hear. And last but not the least, Mrunmay.
I'm from class 2 and I scored 93%. And to talk about what all was in my profile, I had sports. So I've been playing badminton for a really long time. So I had sports, I had theater. I've been a theater actor for 2, 3 years. And I also had a few hobbies that again were interesting in during the interview, like poetry, reading, movies, songs, or I play some instruments, all of this.
Okay, so all three of you, I mean, you all three of you have very lovely profiles here. Okay, Bhavya is from PCM. Uh, I mean, you all have variety of profiles. Okay, tell me something. Starting with you, Bhuvan, what was the reason for you to opt for IIM Ranchi? The main reason.
So the main reason was that I couldn't get into IIM Indore for sure. So, for example, I was there at IIM Indore. I cleared I got selected for the interview, but somehow their interview was very academically rigorous and academically oriented. Something that I was not very much prepared as a partial dropper. However,
Mm-hmm.
uh, even when I was in my class 11th, I was really inclined towards social change, social transformation, social development, which led me to co-founding my own NGO when I was in my class 11th. It was called Yuva Yodha. For 2 years, I worked with over 300 students across Uttar Pradesh, established a few city branches, for example, in Ghaziabad, in Banaras. And that one experience, that one engagement played out for me quite well when I was sitting in my IIM Ranchi's interview, because they were very much impressed about me giving my time to something else apart from academics in class 11th and 12th.
Mm-hmm.
So, even because of that, Ranchi felt like something which was at the core of social transformation, social change. Uh, it was at the heart of entrepreneurship, because a lot of people from IPM 01, from the first batch of IPM at IIM Ranchi. So, basically, I got to know by means of Reddit and a few other platforms that IIM Ranchi IPM 01, the first batch of IPM students, they were really inclined towards entrepreneurship, and they were entrepreneurs themselves. So that was the biggest pull factor for me that made me opt for IIM Ranchi.
Okay, so you had your own personal reason because of the entrepreneurship angle, and that's why you opted for it. See, definitely Indore is where heart lies. Okay, for all the good reason, but this one is again very close for you or close to your heart because of the entrepreneurship angle you have here, and the kind of let's say the kind of senior seniors you had who were also inclined towards the entrepreneurship. Okay. Starting with you, Mrunmay, what was your reason?
Right. So, in the start, of course, there was this aspect that comes naturally to everyone, that it has been there for a really long time, which is, of course, the first thing you think about when you compare colleges. And furthermore, I think it was two, three things. First, I had this vision of having a good campus life and all of that. And when I talked to people in IFT, so they said that it still had a pretty long time to get built, and for a lot of clubs and committees to establish themselves. So that was one aspect. And I think third was the curriculum of IIM Ranchi, because the main reason I wanted to do IPM was because I have been a generalist. So I wanted to study like really different subjects, not just in terms of management, but say even sociology, philosophy, some liberal arts courses. So we had all of that in IIM Ranchi. So I think that was one of the biggest factors for me, the curriculum. And then again, after my interview, the professors who took my interview was very pleasant. They talked to me very nicely. So even the kind of faculty that I would be having here, even that was a factor that appealed to me.
Okay, so for you, the interview went really well. You felt positive even at the point of interview, and you know the IIM Ranchi faculty is a little, according to you, that it was a better choice because of the faculty and the overall experience you had with IIM Ranchi.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Last but not the least, Bhavya, what were your reasons?
Okay, I did not mention this before, but like Bhuvan, I'm also a partial dropper. After
Okay.
12th, I did not want to pursue science anymore because, as Mrunmay said, I also have very varied interests and I really wanted to study a lot of things, commerce, liberal arts, yada yada. You've seen if you see, I'm Ranchi's curriculum is pretty vast and varied, and I really wanted to study that. So I gave IPMAT again, right? One would be that. Apart from that, talking about my options, well, I already had a DU college. It's called
Mhm.
Ramlal Anand, right? I was there, but I wasn't active. I used to not go because I wanted to go to an IIM, preferably indoor, but well, that did not happen. But I think, well, I had you, and then after giving IPMAT, JIPMAT, and everything, my options at the time were Ranchi, Jammu, Bodh Gaya, right? Also, all of those. I did not apply for any private colleges because personally, uh, it didn't. It I had no calling towards that. But then Ranchi was the best option I had. The curriculum was good. I saw the campus online. I talked to a few people about the campus. That was good, right? Um, and the atmosphere in itself is great. I'll tell you just a little thing about people are competitive here, but it's a healthy competition. We're all kind of in a race, but everybody's in it together, and everybody's trying to be better every day. It's and it really and the peer group, it really makes you work harder each day to and the people are extremely ambitious here. If you like meet them, no, it'll you might already have some drive in you, but it's gonna get 10x when you're here. Yeah, that's all.
I would kind of completely agree with you, Bhavya, because normally people say that you are the average of the five people you be with. Okay, so peer group becomes a very, very important, and specifically at this particular stage, because these people later on become your connections and your soundboards, and the people who actually help you grow, okay, and support. So yes, your peer group is extremely important. Mrunmay, Bhuvan, do you also have the same point of view in terms of the peer group, or it according to you that it doesn't work that way? Who would want to go first?
I think
Bhuvan,
Mrunmay.
go ahead.
Okay, he asked me to go first. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so Mrunmay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I no, I 100%, 1000% agree with Bhavya because I feel like I have had the fortune of like having good friends throughout
Mm-hmm.
uh in school and then here again. And I would say that I had a lot. I won't. I am an extroverted person, but I still had some fears. That would I be able to make friends? Would I have a good roommate? A lot of other things. So, and I turned out lucky in almost all aspects. When I came here, and I even thought, ki, okay, what if somebody's like almost everyone is much smarter than me, and what if I am not able to cope with them? So, and in it really depends on the subject. Like, say if I'm really weak in some subjects, I do have at least four people who will sit throughout the night and help me learn everything about it. Like I've had people who uh don't know who know everything about the subject. They are done with the preparation for the exam, but I'm not done. So they'll sit with me for 3 hours more and tell me what to do, what not to do. And not only that, even in terms of sickness and celebration, everyone has just been all around together very nicely.
So they become basically your family. That's what exactly happens.
For sure.
All right, Bhuvan, I want to know what your point of view is.
Sure. So, building on these two perspectives, I remember that in my whole school life, there were like the major instances where it mattered. I could not, score the first rank. Or even in class, I was the second guy. Mostly, I was the person who was getting second in dance and so on. So I was really fed up of this. I thought that probably I am the second person. I'm not the one who's meant to be first, right? But coming to IIM Ranchi, uh, within the first 2 months, my team bagged the first prize at a case com, which was a big deal even for our seniors back then. So it is the net effect of the people who are around you, right? IIM Ranchi has that exponentially better than anybody else, any other campus. Why? Because we are a smaller batch and the batch is very closely knit. So in the first year, you're not just able to learn from the five people around you, you're able to learn from the rest of the 59 people, right? That is the culmination of efforts, of wisdom, of ideas, of thoughts, whatnot. And that is how we stand apart, how IIM Ranchi stands apart. And today, if you were to ask me if I could clear IIM Indore's interview, IIM Shillong, or all the other better IIMs that are getting into IPM race, I would rather say that IIM Ranchi is the place which I would always choose if the people were the same.
Amazing. So looks like the peer group is really, really strong with IIM Ranchi. Okay. See, when we talk about IIM Ranchi, we are talking about their strength as the strong multidisciplinary foundation. Okay. That's what kind of a a place, because when a student is like, Bhavya and Mrunmay have been very open in saying that they have variety of interests. Okay, their interest varies. Okay, so definitely for both of you, it is very organic. It is very first step that I am Ranchi becomes your first choice. Okay, but when we talk about multidisciplinary, in this 3 years, what exactly are we looking at? What all do you learn? So here, what I'm doing is I'm right now shifting from your reasons to join IIM Ranchi in terms of what your core is to understanding more about curriculum, because I am sure the people who are watching this right now, they want to understand if they are going for IIM Ranchi, what is going to stand them, what would kind of just stand out. And curriculum is a very strong point. So starting with, I think, Bhavya, if you can highlight the curriculum aspect, what all are you learning in the first year, second year? What is making them different?
The approach of the curriculum is quite multidisciplinary in nature. Now, this is how the curriculum is broken down. You have 3 terms in 1 year: term one, two, three, and right now I'm in term seven. So, when you come here, your term one is a little on the lighter side. They don't burden you a lot with, new things and everything. So, you have courses like differential calculus, business history of India, which I really enjoyed personally. You have Indian literature and an introduction to business management, right? Then calculus continues, right? You have integral calculus and everything. Very fun part. We had arts appreciation in term two. We learned about pastas and wines, which was
Okay,
pretty fun.
pastas and
Right.
wines. I am very, very keen on understanding
Yes.
why pastas and wines are, very.
Architecture also, but
Okay,
art as a whole, right?
okay.
That was pretty interesting. We had psychology, and then your proper BBA subjects start rolling in around term two. You have microeconomics and term three, macroeconomics with like linear algebra. And since you are in Ranchi, right, at the heart of Jharkhand, which is known for its tribal population also, we had a subject called Tribes of India in term three, which was
Mm-hmm.
pretty enlightening. And coupling that with sociology and philosophy, it's not your usual BBA experience, but it really gives you new perspectives which you probably haven't explored before. And
Okay.
around this time, something a little different. I am IPM of IIM Ranchi has a program called YCP, Young Changemakers program. A lot of us often volunteer in it. The students might have heard about it, but since under the program's banner, we often go to villages in in around Ranchi in Jharkhand. It really gives you a perspective into life about how tribals live and everything, how remote regions of India, which probably as city people haven't touched, are. Just that was a little off topic, but I'm sorry. And then your accounting, all cost management accounting, financial accounting, all of these start rolling in around term four, which is your second year, right? Then you learn about Excel and everything, marketing, all your core subjects in year two. And right now, we are learning operations management, research methodology, entrepreneurship, which is pretty fun, and so on and so forth. I think.
Amazing. So basically, you are becoming master of all.
Yes, if you might have seen one of Bhavesh Shah's video, he
Mm-hmm.
also said this. It's the learning is like a team. I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you how. This is a widespread. Here you're learning a lot of things, right? And then you can master in one later in your MBA. So you become master of one, but you like balance other things also. So you know a bit of everything, but then later you can understand what you really want to pursue, and you can pick the field and go forth about it.
I would completely agree with that because when you are looking at management, when you look at future leaders, when you look at entrepreneurs who would be leading, we have to understand that as managers, we cannot be leading in silos. Okay. You will have to know about a lot of things to decide better. And knowledge is the only thing which actually kind of holds a lot of value and it kind of becomes a foundation because of which you decide better. Okay, so having said that, I also want to understand point of views and perspectives from Bhuvan and Mrunmay. So either of you who would want to possibly start and give me your perspective in terms of the curriculum.
And I would say Bhavya has talked most of about what all subjects we have exactly. I would say, then again, it's not all a rosy picture that everything will be nice. There are, of course, some execution gaps where we don't like the subject or we don't like the course. But
Correct.
it's mostly just the way the course is structured and the intention behind it is always good. Sometimes it's the execution gap, or sometimes we don't feel that much connected. All of that definitely happens. But I would say there are, from my personal experience, this was a little bit of a surprise to me, but more than any accounts courses or economics courses, the course that I remember the most from my almost 3 years now was philosophy. So you will have surprises because again, it depends on who the professor is and everything. But I think this also teaches ki you don't, as a management students you don't just need to learn accounts and economics and math, but since you are going to be someone who will be leading a company or managing a company, you need to learn subjects like psychology, sociology, philosophy. And thankfully we have had really good professors for all of them. So believe it or not, it does give an insight. The next time I see an economics problem, it does give take me back to when I studied something in sociology to have like a different perspective towards the problem. So that is something that is really good. Moreover, uh, curriculum, since we're talking about courses and all, I would say one also very good thing is the faculty is extremely qualified and knowledgeable about their subjects. So apart from the courses too, if something even slightly piques your interest, you can
Mhm.
approach them, you can work on a paper with them, you can work on a project with them. So, and almost all of them will take out a lot of time to help you with anything that you are interested in. So the courses are definitely a good template of the life here. But I would say beyond that also you can go and explore a lot of opportunities, even academically.
Okay, so overall, it is something which is kind of making you a better person, somebody who would know about, because as a manager, it's not about just the company, it's about the humans you're working as well. I think that was well said, Nunmai. Anything you would like to add there, Bhuvan?
Yeah, so I guess just so for people to get this understanding that we like if there were a spectrum of the personalities of faculties who are teaching us, the one end would be researchers from US, Florida, and the other end would be rock stars. As simple as that.
Amazing. Okay. See, I agree to the fact that we are talking about the curriculum. Okay. Curriculum is multidisciplinary. You learn a lot. You are becoming better managers, which will focus on human emotions and the company, but something which kind of makes you learn better as humans, as students, is the experiential learning. Okay. Unless you do it, you would not really, because theory is different but practicality is completely different, and I think that's what really makes things fun. Bhavya mentioned about the social internship aspect of it, where you were, kind of working with the tribes and, a lot of things what she mentioned. But what I want to understand is more of the experiential learning, Bhuvan, if you can highlight a little bit of that aspect.
Sure. So at IIM Ranchi, so again, another plus point why I wanted to come over here was if you go to our website, you'll see something called YCP, which is a Young Changemakers program. So what is it? We basically bring in about 100 kids from all over the world. It's not just India; it's all over the world. and we take them to some tribal villages or some outskirts of like a place at the outskirts of Ranchi, and we try to give them the exposure to how life works and what are the problems in this particular aspect of life, or in this particular setting where one has to survive. And then with the help of the resources at IIM Ranchi, be it the technical resources we have or the faculty support, over a period of 5 to 6 days, they develop solution for livelihood of tribals or for such settings. That experience of organizing it, of the ideation, of execution, that is which is like it is completely unmatched. It was the experiences from Young Changemakers program and Yuva Yodha in my high school that connected a lot, and that made me realize that I really would want to do something of my own and work with high school kids. So that is where even my journey as an entrepreneur starts. So experiential learning, I won't say that every course uh, provides an aspect of it, but IIM Ranchi constantly tries for you to get chances to try it out, be it field visits, be it life projects. For example, recently IPM second years worked with SAIL, right, Steel Authority of India Limited, on life projects. We are reaching out to other Maharatna companies to work with them. So experiential learning is a very core aspect at IIM Ranchi.
Okay, so
And I
experiential
would
learning
like
definitely is
to
there.
add a little
Go
bit
ahead,
to that.
Mrunmay. Go ahead, go ahead.
Is that I would say, like he talked about YCP and other things. I think the biggest plus point of regarding experiential learning is not something that is part of a course as such written down, but the fact that almost every single event or anything happening in campus or of IIM Ranchi is conducted majority by students. So, when we conducted YCP also, when we conduct any other activity, we a lot of times there isn't even a hierarchy. So I think working in all these events and organizing them is probably a much better HR lesson than doing any other course. That kind of learning, because it's so student driven, you really learn how to deal with people, how to manage, how to take accountability, how to delegate, all of that.
It's nice to hear your experience, both of you, you're speaking about the multidisciplinary, the peer group, which is very clear, that IIM Ranchi is focusing in terms of the skills what you are developing. Okay, something which you already had, but now you're sharpening it. But can you tell me that one skill which you have developed, which, which is all kudos to IIM Ranchi, which you feel that it was focused on? Starting with you, Bhavya.
Okay, this isn't exactly a technical skill per se, but I think if I had to like put it in one word, it would be empathy. Genuinely, like it might sound a little cliche, but it's not. I would have considered myself a pretty considerate person even in 12th grade and so on. But after coming here and after having varied experiences, starting with having classmates from all over India, right? Even in India, we have a lot of cultural differences. I had culture shocks, right? I am from Delhi, so I'm very North India coded, right? So meeting people from southern parts and other parts, and them telling me about their culture, I had to shift few, screws and everything in my mind. Okay, I might have learned this thing this way, but it can happen this way also, and it's okay, right? So I've learned to put myself in shoes of others. That this started off with my peer group in classmates, and then I meet people, faculty from different places. They have different teaching styles. I have to understand, I have to like figure that out. And apart from that, be it social internship, be it YCP, I met people from the tribal regions as well, right? Uh, all of that really made me learn to understand other people and put my interest at back foot for once, right? And this specific skill has helped me a lot, be it in understanding people, having better relationships, even relationships with my family. I can understand my mother better. My, well, right? I know what she's been through to like raise me. I understand my friends better, right? So I think that has really helped me in my social life. And since it has helped me in social life, it has also helped me academically because I can lean on to my friends more, I can trust them more, I can academically they help me more because I understand them better. We connect more, right? So yeah, that's about it.
Definitely. I mean, as you grow, I think it's an amalgamation of you staying away from family, creating, your own 3 years. It's like your own little bubble there. And definitely, meeting different people only teaches you how to handle different people in your workplace as well. Okay. So, a very good point there. But what about you, Bhuvan?
Okay. So one skill, if I were to, really double down upon, would be that I've learned how to really solve problems. Like for example, being exposed to such an holistic curriculum, you are easily able to ideate with respect to any problem that is given to you. Be it HR, be it marketing, be it finance, be it strategy, be it operations, anything. That is the one skill that I believe that most of us at IIM Ranchi have developed. And recently we are having this conversation with the chairperson where we are now focusing on how we are developing our curriculum, and we are focusing on how, apart from ideation, we could also focus on technical skills. So that is where clubs are stepping in now, whereas the other committees are stepping in. That while the curriculum makes sure that we are able to get the ideation skills, the skills to plan things, the clubs and committees are giving us activities which make sure that we have the technical ability to execute in the right fashion. So that is one skill, or that is one, I believe, aspect of my profile that has developed exponentially over here.
Lovely. What about you, Mrunmay?
I would say, like there are two, three things. Not all of them are like to their full potential. Some are still developing. One I would say is the ability to think interdisciplinary. I think that if I'm looking at one problem, I can probably somehow relate it to one HR class or even one operations class. So there are a lot of things that I can easily connect to if I have a good knowledge of them. Then, secondly, I would say dealing with people. I have really, really learned to deal with people. I don't know how good I am at it yet, but it's been a journey. Like, I'm also in the academic committee, and you have to interact with your peers, your admin, chairperson, everyone. And somehow you never have to take sides. So, dealing with everyone while trying to resolve their problems or even understanding their problems, everything, it has really helped me understand how to deal with people and actually put myself in someone else's shoes to understand ki, okay, where are they coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I think thirdly, this is really, really specific, but I was recently interested in a field of marketing called neuromarketing. So it's not really, I haven't really developed any skills for it, but I explored a little bit in the college itself through some faculties, and I came across the fact that we have a mind lab here in IIM Ranchi, which in which we have a lot of different equipments. So we have an EEG, which is used in research. We have a VR machine. We have an eye tracking device, which is used in marketing research. Then a lot of other devices like that. So this is something that gives all of us a really good exposure to even trying out the field that we are even a little bit interested in. And not just for marketing, but we have recently also established a finance lab. So there are a lot of different things that help you gain the skills for
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't become interested in future, at least to eliminate it. So it's really good that way.
Okay.
Just
Very
one
clear.
thing,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
just one last thing. I think if you were here at IIM Ranchi, you'd also learn a lot of lessons in resilience and perseverance, right? You're gonna fall so many times, like many times, but you will stand back up, right? And resilience also in a manner that if somebody comes and tells me right now that Bhavya, you'll have to stay awake all night, pull an all-nighter, and we have to work on this new thing, I wouldn't probably hesitate even for a second. I'd be like, oh, all-nighter, we'll have to work all night. Yeah, I'll do it. And then I'll be asleep by 5 and I'll have to be awake by 8 because I have a class at 9. And it wouldn't be a bother personally. That's how, I wouldn't say numb, but that's how resilient I have grown as a person. Like it does not bother me if I have to work 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, because I've learned that if I want something and if I want to achieve something, I have to put in that effort. And I'm not scared of putting in that effort, even if the results might not turn out as I want them to.
And you have the whole batch of the same thought process. So,
Yes,
so
that
basically, hustlers, all are hustlers. They know how to get, and that's what ideally what you call the taskmaster. When you have been given a task, and you just need to make sure that that needs to be done. Okay. See, we've spoken about peer group, we have spoken about your learnings, we've spoken about your curriculum, but something which is very internal, only you would be able to tell me, is about a lot of things in the campus. Okay. In the campus, we talk about dress code, the fun parts. Okay, for a lot of students, that becomes, a deal breaker. Okay, so are you allowed in your PJs in the class, the pajamas, or there is like a decorum maintained where you make sure that you're dressed properly and then go like a formal or casual? Bhuvan is smiling, Bhavya is smiling, even Mrunmay is now just moved to giggling. Mrunmay, please, now I want to know from you.
No, so in general, the rules are honestly pretty chill. They recently there have been some rules like just that no shots and everything in class.
Okay.
But otherwise of that, people don't really care. Like again, it really depends on professor to professor. It's very rare. One or two professors might have a requirement that you should dress really well for the class as since it's a formal environment. But otherwise, a lot of professors don't care if you are in your pajamas or wearing anything, because
As far
as
as
long
you're
as
attending the class.
yeah, as long as you're coming on time and sitting in the class, they're fine with it.
Okay, okay. What about the examination? Okay, how how competitive it is, and what is the grading system? Who would want to go? Because we will just do this questionnaire thingy. So who would want to go? Bhavya,
Okay.
Bhuvan, go ahead.
All right. So examination, let's say that we have so at Ranchi we do not have midterm examinations like any other IPM program does. What we have is what we have replaced it with is an AI project. So you're required to work on deployable or working AI projects on problem statements which are given either by your faculty, respective faculty, or it is in the domain of the course that you're taking. Then we have and like that has to be submitted before the term ends. Then we have end-term examinations, which is the only written examination we have in any course now. This is applicable across the all first 3 years of IIM Ranchi in IPM. Then there is a component of attendance. So every class that you so we have 20 sessions per class, let's say. So you have to attend at least 10, and after that, whatever session you attend is the marks that you get. So let's say that I attend 15 classes, right? So I would get 15 marks. If you attend 18 classes, you get 18 marks in that, and that is also a part of the grading scheme. While it might seem like it gives you an edge as an entrepreneur, or as somebody who like wants to work on field while being a part of IIM Ranchi's classes and everything, if you miss more than 2 to 3 classes, you're like in any course, your grade is expected to go down by at least, let's say if you were earlier scoring A+, you would now be scoring somewhere around A- easily, because everybody is running behind that 1 mark that you can get out of attendance. And at 1 or 2 marks, the grades really go down. For example, there was a course called Professional Etiquette, in which Mrunmay, Bhavya, me, we had marks out of 100, which were differing by 2. Okay, so my grade is different, Mrunmay's grade is different, Bhavya's grade is different, and that is what happens over here.
Okay, so it's grading system is, what do you call this system?
It's like
Relate.
normal for us.
It's a
How
relative grading system.
relative
Right,
grading.
right.
That's exactly the word which I was actually trying to kind of,
Yes.
it's a relative grading system. How competitive it is, as in, see, it is IIM, okay, which means that if even though you are, the achievement, what we look at as the epitome of, after 12 that we would go for indoor, even if you are not looking at that, but the peer group is still very, very good. It is
Yeah.
still the the cream crowd who is above 90, who have scored well. They have amazing, like all, three of you here. Okay, you guys have achieved definitely something. Is it easy to be at the top, or the toppers tend to change?
Not at all. It is not at all easy to be at the top. And like in my experience, I've not seen one person score consistently the best in any course, right? And moreover, you also need to understand that when you're coming to an IIM, it does not matter what IIM it is. If you're going to any institute of national importance, be it IFT, be it IIM Rohtak, be it the IITs, the pressure and the competition is going to be as high as it can be. But that is exactly where you develop. That is where your core strengths develop. That is where your capacity develops. That is where you as a person evolve. So extremely competitive.
Fantastic. It is extremely competitive, and that's what you want, because life is not going to be easy. Okay, you need to pack up, pull up your socks, because possibly 5 years there and you come out and then you get into the workforce. Okay, tell me something when it comes to specialization. Okay, when do you select your specialization, Bhavya? When do you select your specialization?
Okay, during IPM, we don't really have a specialization. The
Okay.
course is spread out. But what you can do is we are offered varied electives. We have electives from liberal arts subjects, from OB domain. We have from different domains. We often get electives, and those are that is something which I can choose. So apart from my major course, I get to select electives. For personally, I take interest in field like marketing, analytics, and strategy. So, given my interests currently, my elective choices also incline towards those. So, because I have interest in those, I did take electives in those. My knowledge base in certain subjects is better. Let's say, personally, I might not take much interest in HR, for example. So I did not take electives pertaining to that specific subject. So there are peers who are much more specialized in the specific subject than I am, right? So that's how it goes.
That's how it works. Okay. Now let's talk about. So we spoke about peer group. We spoke about the campus. Okay. While we were speaking about the campus, something very important I missed, which I just kind of thought about right now. Attendance. See, you guys are there in Ranchi. You are there in the campus. Okay. You are there to study, but is still there something like attendance, which you guys have to mark like an 85% or a 90%. Mrunmay?
Right. So currently, our policy is such that earlier we used to have this concept that in a core course, a 3 credit course, we used to have 20 sessions, out of which 4 we can miss without any consequences. Now, since last year, the grading policy has changed. So now it is such that, say, if we have 20 sessions in a course, we can miss 10 of those. If we miss more than 10, we won't be able to sit for the exam.
Oh.
But I mean, 10 is very fair to.
I mean, 10 is like out of 20 session, it's just like 50%.
No, no, but the thing is that in after that, so now what the thing is that for every course we have a marking out of 100. So we have different components. So end term, quiz, assignment, all of this. So now all the other components are out of 90, and in each course we have 10 marks reserved for attendance. So now the remaining 10 sessions that I have in any course are equated to those 10 marks. So if I miss, say, 3 sessions, I will lose 3 marks. So it is a little bit more rigorous now. So right now this is mostly the attendance that it is equating to 10 sessions will be equated to 10 marks. If it's a course with only 10 sessions, then each session will hold 2 marks. So 5 into 2, 10, like that.
Okay, all right. Okay, so this is definitely rigorous. They are not leaving you guys. So there is not, I think it's worse than having 90% attendance marking because you are losing marks with not really attending sessions. Yeah, so it is rigorous. Okay, now let's talk about something which, when a student does IPM, okay, this is what exactly on a subconscious level people think about, okay, which is the MBA. After 3 years, you move to the fourth and the fifth year, okay. Now you all are entered the third year. Out of three, I just want you all to raise your hand. How many but like out of three of you, who is preparing for CAT? I and that's exactly the reason. And I think it's fair that students appear, you know, you get into IIM, you appear for CAT, and then you expect an A or a B, right? So is in the batch everyone tries for this, or what exactly the scenario is? Bhavya, if you can possibly highlight a little bit, is it doable CAT with IPM?
Okay, first, let me just tell you how the scenario is right now. A lot of our seniors, super seniors, have gone to much better colleges. Blackie, Shillong, XLRI, you know, all of those. IFT Delhi, top of the top, right? So when you see your seniors leaving, you know it's possible. One,
Absolutely.
two, right? One of that. Second, specifically to my seniors, I saw how hard they worked throughout the year last year. I saw the hours they put in, I saw the sacrifices they made, and I see that there's a road ahead. And it has been paved for me. I just need to make sure that I follow it properly, right? And I need to put in the effort required because otherwise it's not gonna give me the results I want, right?
Well
One is
said.
that. Two, most of the people want to leave after 3 years, and rightly so because we have seen people, go to better colleges and succeed on a much higher level. So when you are at an IIM already, be it a baby IIM or tier 2 one, your worldview does become bigger. Like you have certain limitations when you just come here, and you don't realize the limitations you put on yourself and your abilities and your capabilities. But when you see that people just like me are doing so much more, you realize that you also can do so much more. And you want to do that because it's possible, right? One is that. And about the preparation part, what most students do is they start their CAT prep in third year. And while balancing academics, they put most of the time into CAT and other important commitments they might have. Some people are doing internship, somebody might be doing entrepreneurship, right? Some people, oh, we have a very big case competition culture here. Bhuvan has won a lot of them. He is first at ISB. He did HSBC recently, top four nationals. Even Mrunmay was second at IFT, right? Even I also did a few. Given all of that, we prioritize our commitments, academics, CAT, internships, case comps, all of those, and we try our best. Yeah.
Okay. But well said, Bhavya. Very well said. Okay. Uh, what I understand now while talking to all three of you, that it is something which is, even though it is an IIM Ranchi, which normally comes on the third or the fifth, if people are considering Amritsar and Shillong as well. Okay. In terms of preferences, it might change. Uh, the reason why people are going there is because it is actually, it is making sure that you all are becoming better people, better individual, or overall a well-rounded personality, okay, which is understanding of everything, in terms of business, in terms of understanding humans better, to to eventually able to overall kind of absorb and kind of strive to make yourself as a better individual and do better for the world as well. Okay, so no matter, I think I just like the thing what you said, that no matter which IIM or a baby IIM you go, what you really have to do is work on yourself. Okay, the more hard work you put in, because no matter which IIM you go, the faculty would definitely be good. Okay, it's just that the kind of hard work you put. Okay, now with this, I want to, kind of talk about the rigor. See, I understand the sacrifice, I understand that it is hard work, but Mrunmay and Bhuvan, you both are also preparing the CAT with the IPM. How is it doable, or definitely there is a stretch? I just want to understand that. So, Bhuvan, can you start and just let me know that how doable it is?
Okay, so I think again, as Bhavya mentioned, we've seen our super seniors, our seniors do it. So we know for a fact that it is doable.
Okay.
One of my very close seniors, Astha, she got into IIM Ahmedabad, right? So Vibhuti, he got into IIM Ahmedabad. There are many others who got into Shillong, XLRI, IFT. So I know that for a fact it's doable. Anybody from our batch can do it. And, it's a culmination of all the uh, late nights, of all the hard work, of all the pressure that was put on us in the first 2 years, that we are able to easily take out time for CAT in our third year. I
Okay.
don't think that like the only difference would be that any other program where there is less pressure, you can do whatever you feel like whenever you feel like, versus our curriculum is the only difference, or like the culmination of it, is key. Again, we know how to work under pressure. We know how to divide our time, how to manage our time better. And that's why I think that a lot of people perform really good in CAT from IPM and Ranchi.
Okay. So we definitely know that it is doable. Okay. Now, when you all are in the third year and you have to move to the fourth year, which is moving to the MBA, let's say a student decides he tries for CAT, not really able to make it. Is there a certain CGPA a student will have to maintain, Mrunmay, for the person to move from an BBA to an MBA?
Right. So it's the same CGPA as one has to maintain to pass every year. So it is 4.0 CGPA that we have to maintain every year to go to the next year. It's the same for IPM to MBA transition also. Otherwise, we have automatic admission and a secured seat in MBA anyways. So, and we go into the core MBA of IIM Ranchi from IPM. So, we just have to maintain a 4.0, and again, there's no other criteria really for it because we have a secured seat in the integrated program.
Okay. And when you are moving to, to PGP basically, is there anything which, which is a preconceived idea or things which as students you have to kind of check box with? Or is it that if you have that particular CGPA, you will by default move to the PGP?
So in by default, you will move because it's anyways, they don't consider it technically as a separate program. What it happens is, so even when, say, if I in my fourth year continue at IIM Ranchi, I will not even have an MBA roll number. I'll have my same IPM roll number only. So they consider it as a like a unified continuous program.
Okay.
So there are no other checkpoints. If say I want to, so in Ranchi we have MBA, MBA HR, and MBA BA. So there are one or two people in the earlier batches. What they have done is, even if they wanted to stay here, they gave CAT again, and they got into a different program if they wanted to, in
Okay.
HR or in BA. So that all things you can change if your inclination lies somewhere else. But since IPM is a unified program, you mostly just jump from third year to fourth year. And of course, you have to secure your admission and maintain your CGPA. Really, that is the only criteria.
Okay, that's the criteria. Now, when you move to, because you guys will be, all three of you will be moving to the next year, which is the fourth year, when I hope you all get into the APCs. Okay, I better, but or whatever your your goal is. But in case if you are moving, or if you have seen around, Bhuvan, starting with you, I want to understand how exactly the peer group, even in terms of seniors. Right now, you are in the IPM, but do you get to interact with the PGP students? Is it something which is like a learning which is happening from there?
Yeah. So one thing is that one thing really special about IPM is that you are living in an MBA college and you're studying an undergraduate. So when it comes to understanding what career progressions I can have, what kind of like what actually happens in the industry, you have a crowd of 500 MBA students to interact with and to understand from them, because these are the people who have worked in the industry, who have come after giving CAT a very rigorous examination, right? So again, even if we talk about the IPM students who go to the PGP program, who go to the MBA program, we have a good bond. We like they were our seniors, our super seniors. So we still, share a very cheerful relationship. We interact over a period of time. We have common groups. We keep on getting updates on what kind of activities are they doing, how is the placement process going on. Whenever they're attending leadership talks, what principles or what new things are they learning about. So of course, a very good connection is still maintained when they go to the PGP program.
All right. So overall, there is definitely learning. Okay. When it comes to placement, okay, because I'm sure certain students who want to kind of know about it, you all are there in the campus for the 3 years. Placement sells support. Okay. I want to understand what exactly the support they provide. Starting with you, Bhavya, and then Mrunmay and Bhuvan who wants to add it. Please kind of add this information whatever you have. So, what exactly the placement cell does, and how well you get the support from IIM Ranchi when it comes to placements is concerned, or whatever you have heard.
Okay, one, as of now, we only have a placement cell for MBAs. We don't have a separate placement cell as of now. It's in the talks. The one is going to come up later, but currently we only have one placement cell because IPM is considered a integrated program,
Correct.
right? So you will be an MBA. You're consider they basically it's considered that he'll become an MBA one day and he'll be in fifth year, right? So the process is streamlined with MBAs itself. So basically you have your
Right.
junior place common, your first year of MBA, which is fourth year of IPM, senior place common fifth, right? They take care of everything. So they take care of the process for your summer internships and then your uh, placements in the second year of MBA as well. But some of the IPM programs do have their own internship and placement cells, as I know. So we are still in the middle of establishing one, right? And that will happen pretty soon. I think that's about it.
Okay. Anything you would want to add, Bhuvan and Mrunmay?
I think that so till now we did not really have any placement support. We were again trying, we have good LinkedIn profiles. We were trying to reach out on ourselves, but now the placement committee is being formed even for the IPM program. As I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned before, our juniors worked with SAIL for a live project. We are also like the management is trying to get us the third years into a summer internship next year into good companies, good government companies or just private companies. And apart from that, if you're talking about placement or if you're talking about the industry exposure, one thing that really works out well for any IPM student or any IIM student is that you have the brand with your attached to your name. If you have a good, well maintained LinkedIn profile and you mention or like you just drop a text to any founder, any CEO, does not matter if it's at the end of the day a $1 billion company or just a startup, for once, when they see IIM on your profile, they will at least open your message. And that is enough for us. Because the communication that is taught to us, the storytelling that's taught to us, we are able to sell ourselves quite well. So you have the advantage that people will at least listen to what you're saying. And if that has good content, for sure you'll get it. So I
So
bagged my
basically,
last two internships because of this. And I think it has worked out quite well for me and my batchmates. And yeah.
so basically, the credibility is what the brand is giving you. It's a credibility that even the person is really giving an ear to what you are saying. Okay, they're listening to you. Okay, now with this, what I understand is that one final question I have for you, because I think I got a lot of information from all of you, and the parents and the student listening to it, even after this, if you're not able to decide Ranchi jana hai ki nahi jana hai, I don't know what answers you are looking out for, because I want to understand from Bhavya, Mrunmay, and Bhuvan why. So, if you are giving an advice to a person who is right now having an offer with IIM Ranchi, you're sitting in 10th and or let's say 11th or 12th, and considering कि मैं IIM जाऊंगा, why they should come and what they should be prepared for. IIM Ranchi क्यों जाना चाहिए, और अगर जाना चाहिए तो what they should be, what they should be prepared for. Starting with you, Bhavya.
ओके, IIM रांची क्यों जाना चाहिए का आंसर होगा कि वन, पहले भी it's actually just a culmination of things we've already discussed up till now. Curriculum, environment, peers, the pressure, the good pressure, it's a healthy competition. All of those things combined really make this place, worth coming to. If I were given an option in 12th grade again, do you want to go to DU or do you want to go to do you want to go to IIM Ranchi? Even if I had the option to go to top DU colleges, the culture is very, very different. I have had experience of DU as a partial dropper also. And I have had a taste of what an IIM life is like. And this place gives you so much ambition and drive. It's unmatched, honestly, right? It's genuinely unmatched. Okay, और किस चीज के लिए रेडी होना चाहिए? नो बोलना बंद करना पड़ेगा. If you have an opportunity coming towards you, हाँ ये करना है, हाँ ये करने को मिलेगा, हाँ करो, सब करो. Try everything, explore a lot of things as much as possible. If you can balance it, explore it. And थोड़ा सा you'll have to say no, bye to sleep. I remember I slept barely 4 to 5 hours in my first year. I think that the first week I came here, one of my seniors, who I'm really close to still right now, she said कि अगर तुम एक दिन में 5 घंटे से ज़्यादा सो रहे हो तो तुम तो कुछ गलत कर रहे हो. Then you're not exploring enough, then you're not learning enough. I was told that, and I said the same to my juniors as well. And I think it has worked out well for me.
Okay,
Right?
I think it's a good advice. Next, Bhuvan, next.
Yeah, sure. So I think that as per my personal assessment, I think that the reason why you should come to IIM Ranchi is because, of course, try your best for IIM Indore. In case that doesn't work out, the second best option that is out there is IIM Ranchi. Why not Shillong? Because Shillong is a very comparatively new program. IIM Ranchi has sort of figured out the systems and the support systems, the resources that should be there for an IPM student in general, not with respect to an MBA student. And the other reasons would be that the CaseCom culture over here is great. The CFA culture over here is absolutely fantastic. We are developing on the culture of studying abroad. We are developing on the culture of entrepreneurship. We are structurizing it. We are developing technical abilities, clubs, committees. Most of the things are formalized. The support systems are there. If you are an individual with agency with the ability to take initiative, IIM Ranchi is the best place for you. And some things that probably you should leave behind at your home when you come to IIM Ranchi would be that you leave behind your ego, you leave behind the fact that you are the best, because everybody in my batch, I remember the first class we had, the faculty asked how many of you were the top 2 or the top 5 of your schools. Everybody, all the hands are up. Everybody, like, I was completely shocked. I was like, yeah, I was the second guy, I was the fourth, fifth guy. Everybody over here is the first person, or like the first of the class. So you have to leave behind your ego and you have to just let the process evolve you, make you a better person.
I think that's something which definitely kind of make a statement there. Last but not the least, Mrunmay, what are your wise words?
I would say I talk to my friends a lot also. So there are now, since everybody is doing an undergrad degree and everything, I feel like the one thing from what I hear about their experiences and stories, the one thing that really stands out to me is again, the kind of culture that is here, not just in the sense of, okay, ki I have a few good friends, but I think there are very few colleges or places where you actually get to experience a genuine healthy competition where okay, you're pushing yourself to the best in terms of, okay, I want to score well or I want to win this competition or something like that. But at the same time, I have never shied away from asking someone for help, uh, which probably might have been embarrassing for me 3, 4 years ago. So, because now nobody has ever let me feel lesser for not knowing something. So that is one thing, that the culture with my peers, with my seniors is extremely good. There is like, I even hear stories of like ragging and all in my friends' colleges, all of this. And there's not even a hint, the remote hint of it here. So that's one thing. Second, I would say that no matter what you want to do, there will always be something for you here, in the sense that if you want to do finance, if you want to do marketing, if you want to completely switch your field and do something like UPSC, there will still be something for you here. You will have faculties that will tell you what to do, that will guide you. You will have, I have had friends who tell me to do something repeatedly that I want to do, even though I sometimes forget about it. So, people do push you towards the best always. And in terms of what you should be prepared for, I would agree with Bhuvan that you should really, really leave your ego behind, because it's really good that you've worked hard and you've come here. But once you're here, you realize you have so much more to grow. You have so much more potential to grow. And leaving behind your ego isn't really a bad thing that you're demeaning yourself, but more in a sense of that when you look around, you find 100 things that are there in others that you could potentially build in yourself and vice versa. So and I think you should be prepared for surprises. IIM Ranchi is a little unpredictable.
Okay.
So, in terms of if some policy comes up, or if some exam comes up, we have surprise quizzes. So, you should be prepared for a little bit of unpredictability in your life. And I would say the last thing, that the sunsets here are very good. So, that is
Okay.
something that you should look forward to.
Just
All
to add to
right.
her, so we also have a lot of international students coming in from this batch as well. About 10% of our batch would be, and these are not NRIs; these are international passport holders.
Okay.
So yeah, plus point over there as well.
All right. Okay. So now let me conclude as a person who keeps on doing a lot of research about the undergraduate scenario of what is happening around. That is my takeaway. Okay. So if you're a parent and a student who is considering doing an IPM or a management program, if you want to pursue IIM, yes, do it, because as Bhuvan said, it will give you the credibility. If you are an IIM student sending a LinkedIn message to a billionaire or a person who is actually an owner of a big company, he would at least give an air. It will at least open your message to see what you are. So yes, you get credibility, no matter which IIM, ABC, baby, toddler IIM, whatever you call it. But yes, you get the brand gets respect and credibility. So IIM Ranchi would give you that. If you want to be with a peer group, if you want somebody, you want to learn from your peer group, IIM Ranchi would give you that. If you're looking out for a holistic profile, where you are growing, you are developing as an individual, you would get it with any IIM you would go with, provided you have an open mind there. Okay. And as all three pointed out continuously, you have to be a hustler. Stop saying no, be open. So IIM would give you a lot, provided you are ready to go with an open mind there. Okay, so with this, I want to conclude that IIM Ranchi would definitely be a very good option for all the students who are going ahead and taking the offer this year or possibly considering it next year. If you have questions, please mention it in the comment box, because I would answer them personally. And in case if I don't have it, Mrunmay, Bhuvan, or Bhavya would be contacted for the answer. So thank you so much, Bhavya, Mrunmay, and Bhuvan. I think I had a very, very interesting conversation with all three of you. You gave me amazing perspectives, and I hope parents and students have also got that. So with this, I would sign off. Thank you so much for watching the episode, and stay tuned, subscribe to our channel because we will be coming up with more such content. And with this, thank you so much. Goodbye, Bhavya, Mrunmay, and Bhuvan. All the best to you all three.